All right, enough of the chit-chat, Philly. It's time to do the show.
It's time to go to work. We won, baby.
What's up, Banc of California Stadium? What's up to everybody in the chat? This is the 110 Football Instant Reaction postgame. And if you can hear my voice, you're walking around Banc of California Stadium, you are welcome to come join us and be on the show.
Come hang out.
Don't be afraid. We are shooting, but you can come be a YouTube celebrity.
Look, Gerardo just left a comment in the chat, and he's actually right behind you.
Right there.
Gerardo,
Right
That's Gerardo.
Good
that.
friend of the show. There he is.
Hold
All right,
on,
guys.
we saw La Rosa last name in the chat earlier on. Vince, would you want to explain to the millions
And millions?
who that might be?
It's my mom.
Hey!
Oh, I thought it said
Hi, Mom.
LaRussa.
Hi, Mom. But like I said, this is the 110 Football Instant Reaction postgame, and we're going to take you through all the finer points of the Sounders' defeat to LAFC.
Good way to spin it.
Yeah, good way to spin it. Sounders defeat to LAFC, but if you want an even deeper dive, don't forget that on Mondays we do LAFC 360. That's at 1 p.m. right here on the 110 Football YouTube channel. So you don't have to go anywhere. Just leave the computer on and then come back to it on Monday. But how we like to start this show is a little segment that we call In Our Feelings. We like to use emojis for it. Now, we only have 3 emojis. And on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you guys to show yours. However, people in the chat, you have, I think, a couple thousand emojis. I don't know how many there are these days.
Yeah.
Probably infinite. So you guys get your favorite emoji ready. 3, 2, 1.
Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Max Bretos is
How you doing,
still
Max?
fidgeting.
There's only 3, but
This is not rocket science.
Oh.
Okay, Max. No,
Hot take by-
no. Which one are you going with?
Okay, go on.
Max has mixed emotions.
That's good.
Pick a
Positive.
side.
You're not the only
Okay.
one.
I just didn't want to put the same thing up with all of you. Is that the Rolling Stones mixed emotions?
Yes,
It's a terrible song. Maybe their
when Mick
worst song
Jagger
ever.
had the greatest workout outfit on in the video ever.
Can we not slander the Rolling Stones?
I
on
love-
this?
I wasn't. I was slandering that song, and you must admit, in their entire catalog, it's probably the worst.
All right, let's
Second worst.
Wales and the Rolling Stones are
Let's
now all
go. Let's
upset
go
at
deep
us.
on this. You know, it's about Mick and Keith having a fight, and now you and I are in a fight. But let's go back to what we're trying to do here.
Want to trade seats?
In Our Feelings is our chance to give our emotional gut reaction to this match, and I think we're all here. I'm seeing it in the chat. There's some Chicho celebrations. Look, there's a lot of ways to take this. LAFC are now 7 points clear of the nearest competitor.
Yep.
We've won 3 in a row, or sorry, am I 3 in
4.
4 in a row?
Four,
my
Four in a row.
friend,
Sorry,
4.
for the first time this season.
Right.
4 in a row. JR, so where do you go? Where does your gut reaction take you?
Look, the continual evolution of this club is also what we saw out there today. Chicho not super happy when he came off for Gareth Bale, but I think that's just him being in the moment, right?
It has nothing to do with who came on for him. It's just a guy that wants to
Yeah, absolutely. This was a game where our emotions were pretty high strung right up until that final whistle blew, because we knew 2-1 is never enough against Seattle. It just happened to be enough today. This was one where it was pressure packed the entire match, and LAFC, as we have all season, we bent a little bit at times, but we didn't even come close to breaking against a really solid Seattle club.
That first 45 minutes, best half of the season.
Right.
They were irresistible.
Right.
They allowed the goal. Are they applauding because of my take?
They're applauding
Is it my
because
take?
You're the sexiest man on this panel, Max. No, without a doubt. I mean, this
Best
game,
half, right?
Without it, I mean, but
We
that was
scored every goal.
Yeah,
we did score
Yes.
every goal. If it wasn't for
Do you guys know how many shots on target Seattle had tonight?
I do.
and fat
Zero.
goose egg.
Zero.
This
They had a
game
goal.
was won in the first
They had one
45.
goal, but that's 0 shots.
Well, no. We had their first goal. It was Jesus David Murillo, in reality, that had the first goal. Seattle had no goals. We helped contribute to their scoring line, only to make things interesting for Brian Schnetzer. We figured, hey, you know what? The team that gives us a heartache, the team that is currently in 9th place right now, you know what? Maybe we give them a little bit of a lifeline, a little bit of an opportunity. We gave them some hope, and like LAFC's been doing to every freaking team in this league, we crushed it. We beat the Sounders. We silenced them. Let's go black and gold.
That was very generous of LAFC.
I would agree.
Made the game very interesting.
Do you know how hard Loretta worked to put those together, and you just slammed them down?
I love Loretta. I really do.
How
And I'm
dare
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry, Loretta.
How dare you?
My heart goes out to you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Guys, we're doing In Our Feelings, and we like to act it out with emojis. You guys don't have these patented emojis that we made, but you are welcome to act out what would be your emoji for this match. Or you can just cheer really loud. What was your
I'm
gut
going to give them the
reaction?
only emoji that matters.
Yeah, this is the only emoji that matters.
It looks good in the back.
There he goes.
I
Yeah,
like
just wave
it.
in the back. It's away from the back. I agree with you. Honestly, that man emoji, I could give it to the second half because that second half kind of fizzled.
Yeah.
It was so hot. The first half was so hot. It was the ability to just play the ball in and out of areas. I mean, again, they scored the Sounders' only goal. They were only dangerous on every goal from us.
It's a flip of what we've seen because they've been really good in every second half, almost every game this season, with a couple exceptions. That one, kind of cruise control, missed some connections, a little sloppy, turned the ball over a few times. And usually they're bailing themselves out in the second half, but they did such a great job in the first half. I think we're all a little like, you wanted to have that electricity in the building like we had in the first 45 minutes, but it doesn't always work that way. At the end of the day, you get the win, and they got that.
I do
That's
have
all
to
that
mention one thing. If Chiellini scores that goal, Paul is tackling me out at center pitch at that point. That was one of the most beautiful things I've seen on a pitch here at Banc of California Stadium. We were 3 inches from pandemonium.
Well, I'm glad
He was perfect. He was perfect today.
Well, I'm going to say, I'm
Perfect.
glad you brought up Giorgio Chiellini because let's move on to stock up. I think that might be somebody's stock up. I mean, he was a master on all things, defense, building out the back, and even taking a couple shots. But I'm going to step out while you guys do your stock up because my good friend, Gerardo, is going to sit in here. He's going to do the stock up for me. Anybody else that has stock up, start thinking about it. You can maybe get in this chair and get on the mic. But I'm going to move out. You guys take it over.
Oh, yeah. Look,
See you later, La Rosa. Your mom's going to be upset you're not in the...
She is in the chat. That's true. Look, I'm going to shoot the fish in a barrel. I'm going to pick the low-hanging fruit, that beautiful Italian on our back line, number 14, Giorgio Chiellini.
Hey, yeah!
He did not make one single misstep tonight. He was perfect, saved just 3 inches on that goal. This is a master class in what we are seeing on the back line from Italy's best defender of the last 15 years, Giorgio Chiellini. I loved every single minute of his first hour of play today. Beautiful first hour.
His headers are weapons. I mean, he'll hit it off his forehead here, and then he'll redirect it off his head and make it a pass. It's defending that you just don't see in Major League Soccer. And if he can match up with his fitness, then it's a game changer. He stayed organized with Jesus Murillo. So Chiellini, I think, is the right answer. I'd also like to say Latif Blessing with Kellen Acosta out filled that role really well. He was hovering all over the field. He was closing gaps. I thought, I mean, obviously at the end he got substituted. Like many, didn't have a great second half, but the first half he was excellent.
I mean, I think Team Security Paul was really thrilled at the fact that Chiellini didn't score.
Oh.
I don't know how many of y'all know this. Juventus was in Banc of California Stadium today for the main reason that they're playing at the Rose Bowl tomorrow. So had Chiellini scored that goal, Paul would have had to be a one-man wrecking crew, keeping all those Italians off of the pitch, but he certainly played a big game, and we want to welcome on the panel for the first time. My man, why don't you...
Gerardo, what's happening,
Talk
buddy?
to us, Gerardo. Who are you? What do you represent? What are your thoughts on what
And
we're
who's
talking
got stock up?
Well, hey everyone, my name is Gerardo. I'm longtime chat person here.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
First time here on camera. So my stock up has to be Jose Cifuentes.
Hey,
I like it.
Sifu.
I am not surprised if he is leaving after the World Cup to a bigger team.
Whoa.
Why does everyone bring that up?
Yeah.
Because
he's-
Because it's probably going to happen.
he's just relentless in the midfield. That assist to Carlos Vela. We're going to miss that connection between those two.
But the goal that was ruled off for handball, it was Sifu de Vela.
Yep.
And then they combined again on the game
Afterwards,
winner.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Eduardo, this is really your first time in this capacity?
Yeah, you're like
you
a
look like an
veteran
old
on
hand.
110.
You're doing
First
great.
time here, I live and breathe football. Everything about it. I love LAFC. Honestly, nothing brings me more joy than to be here with you.
I love it. I love it.
Well
Well,
said.
you've composed yourself very well today, my friend. Thank you so much, Gerardo. That was
My
awesome.
pleasure.
In the chat too, Leonardo is asking. Hopefully, Vela is okay. It just looked like cramping, right? With Vela, we always worry, but
Yeah.
he was able to ramp it up back again, just a couple minutes.
Yeah, and they used all 5 substitutes, which
Yeah.
you thought they would, although it kind of came up late.
Did they use all 5 or they just used
all
the windows?
5. It was Bale, Mendez,
Brian.
Diaga,
Sev-
Hollingshead,
And Brian.
Brian.
all
Yeah,
five.
Okay.
They used all 5.
Okay.
So, but they all kind of came in as late, and we'll have to see. I mean, you've got to proceed with caution, and they'll always err on the side of caution with Carlos Vela. But we'll assume the best.
Can I do my stock up?
Yes.
No.
Gerardo.
Gerardo.
Gerardo's my stock up.
Stock up.
All right.
Gerardo, well done.
From the
Gerardo
chat.
keeps a good standard,
He
though.
goes from the chat, which you got to see right here. We get to see this chat. It's right here. He went from the chat to live and in person. And you can do that too if you join us here at the match.
Right.
We're always here after every single home match or pre-match. Anytime, come on camera. And I'm going to ask you guys, does anyone else have a stock up? Chris?
Max kind of alluded to it with all the subs that we brought in, but our stock up is our depth and the quality of play from everybody. It's like we have a second starting lineup in
That's
here.
right.
And you know what? This is how the Sounders got their team name, actually, because they're sounding the alarm to the rest of MLS that LAFC is going all the way.
I like
LAFC
it.
is
I like it.
LAFC's 19 points ahead of the Sounders right now.
Yeah.
19.
I would have never thought that at the beginning of the season.
And to emphasize the depth, Eddie Segura didn't come on. They went to Sebastian Ibeaga.
Yeah.
I honestly think because Seb was playing very well, did not lose his spot because of any fault of his own. Is just a legend. Like Giorgio Chiellini need to get some minutes and look so good. And I think you need to still get him legs, because you're going to need that depth. Maybe at times we're going to play with 3 in the back. So
Right.
it's nice to see Seb get some minutes. But I do miss Eddie Segura, and I would need to see more of him.
I certainly do as well. If we're going to talk stock up, nobody's mentioned his name thus far, and I got to tip my hat off. I will never forget the start of 2020. Scarf and I were sitting with you guys in the press box, and we were looking at the stat sheet. There was one trialist for LAFC by the name of Kwadwo Opoku. And Scarf and I were looking at the roster thinking, oh, that's the guy from NYCFC, Kwadwo Opoku. So we were thinking, all right, well, he obviously shrank down in size. We had no idea who Kwadwo Opoku was.
Right.
We knew who Kwadwo Opoku was. Who would have thunk that there were so many similar names? But this young kid who stuck around LA, couldn't go back home over the course of the pandemic, did not have a guaranteed contract, stuck around, worked his tail off, all of a sudden gets welcomed into the team in one of the most beautiful fashions and comes out there and gives his all,
Absolutely.
his heart, his muscle, his sweat, and lo and behold, Kwadwo Opoku has 5 goals on the season. Kwadwo Opoku, he makes less than the average U.S. household does in terms of salary. He is one of our leading scorers. Oh my God, Opoku.
I mean, when are defenders going to stop backing up when he gets the ball?
Right.
Because he can hit it. And, and if you just do it.
Dale, black and gold. Dale, black and gold.
I want.
Dale, black and gold.
I like the chat too. Says 99 on shot power for Mahala. Absolutely.
Well,
There we go.
Points.
There we go.
I want to add, if you were listening to the Max and Vince podcast early in this season, we had Maxime Crepeau, and we asked him, besides Carlos Vela, who on the team has a shot? We got to watch out for. And he said, Mahala.
Love it.
And you know what? Maybe the Seattle Sounders and the rest of MLS should be listening to that podcast, and you guys all should too. Max and Vince podcast every Wednesday. LAFC.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Mahala, I think, that was one of his best games. It really was.
For sure.
It wasn't just the goal. It was his ability to keep the ball, to pass when he needed to dribble in the right moments. I think Steve Trundle would really like that. I'm going to say stock up is the team's mentality from minute 1.
Yeah.
The ability to start that game on the right foot. I think Steve's really going to like that. I will say he's going to walk in that room afterwards or maybe tomorrow and say, maybe we still need to put a 90-minute performance together, but it's really getting there.
And to your point, what we've seen against Carson several times is when a team comes out and is a little bit more physical than we are at the start, we play down to that level. We all of a sudden lose our composure.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle outmanned us, outbodied us for the first 10, 15 minutes of that match. And LAFC responded in kind for one of the first times this season. I thought that was huge from LAFC. Our composure, even though Seattle started very physical.
Someone mentioned he's got 99 shot power, obviously a FIFA reference, but he's had 2 goals. What was the first one where he just banged it from outside the 18? It was here.
It was here, Dallas?
Was it the Red Bulls or Dallas?
It was like 2 games ago.
It was probably Dallas.
Yeah.
All I know is we can't
remarkable.
remember because he keeps doing it.
Banger.
He probably doesn't move to the bench anytime soon, no? He was instrumental in that first half.
These are good problems to have and not my problem. I'm way above my pay grade. Let's move on to stock down, which is always the hardest.
Wait, before we do that,
What?
I just want to give one more stock up. Vince, I'm 2 weeks
We've
away.
gone through, like, all of the players now.
I know, but please humor me for a little bit. I'm about 2 weeks away from my official midlife crisis. And what I mean by that was I decided to do something fun with my hair. Vince, I love you, buddy. But I wanted to give a shout out to the proprietor of the Black and Gold Barbershop in Burbank, my good friend Isis. Isis did my hair. Isis.
Oh, she's here.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad I'm here. And
Did nice work, Isis. Really.
thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity to let me work on you. I really appreciate it.
What were your thoughts on the game?
I loved it. And I was predicting 3-1, but
Okay.
2-1, I'm still happy.
But you had 2-1.
I had 2-1.
The rest of us had 3-1.
Great job
Right.
on my hair. Tell us about your barbershop. Where can the millions
Oh, thank you.
go get a haircut? Tell
So, Isis Black and Gold Barbershop is in Burbank, and we are on Spark and Burbank Boulevard. And whenever you guys want to stop by, just come on by. I'll take care of all of you guys. Thank you.
Maybe Vince and I, we'll do it at home.
Unfortunately, I got to do it at
Respect.
home.
He's
but
got good hair.
But I will say, normally a guy your age, I would not recommend a mohawk. However, she made you look pretty fancy. And
Thank you.
I would say this, there's no turning back. You're mohawk till you die, bro.
I would normally say the only thing that looks good on me is my wife, but that's about it.
Well, now you got two things.
There you
Isis,
go.
oh my God, there's Panda.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, let's try to do a stock down if we can.
Yeah.
Anything you want to pick out from that match? Again, we're top of the table. We're 7 points clear of the nearest competitor. So
Right.
at this point, please don't kill us, everyone behind us. We're just nitpicking here.
Yes.
We always do a stock down. Scarf is looking. You got the nice
This one is
Price is
tough.
Right horns going.
Yeah, look, all I'll say is this. Stock down is, again, starting in a deficit. Again, allowing a team to go up, even though, look, they didn't score, right? We did.
Right.
But I talked about quality over quantity in terms of possession. And I think as the game wore on, we maybe didn't value the ball as much as we needed to. I'll talk about that more as we look back at our shooting, our shot. So again, Steve can't be loving starting matches 1-0 down for more than what? At least a quarter of our matches this season. For a team of our talent to be down as often as we are and then have to come back, it's just not something I want to do come playoff time.
Fair.
Nitpicking here, as you said.
Yeah.
But I would say stock down the bench because they've always come in and had a huge
Oh, because they
impact.
didn't score this
They
time?
didn't score. Well, they didn't really make an impact because the goals were scored in the first
Yeah.
half. So it's a reversal, which is good. Can't always do that in the second half. So I'm fine with that. But just in comparison to what we've seen that bench come in and change a game. This time, not as much, but still they did a fine job. They protected the lead, and they got the 3 points.
Can I give a stock down?
Nitpicking.
And again, please don't kill me back here. But towards the end of the match, I
Yeah.
felt like a couple of players were trying too hard to feed one Gareth Bale.
Oh,
And that was a little bit, it was
Yeah.
getting a little bit obvious. It's 2-1 against Seattle. Look, I want Gareth Bale to score just as bad as anyone because
Sure.
the pop that we heard when he even just came into the match was incredible. If he hits the back of the net here, I mean, this whole place explodes.
Right.
However, the players need to know that the goals and 3 points are more important. I think Gareth would say that too. So that's mine. Let's not do that.
And I think you're right. I think he comes out in the next training session, video session, whatever it is, and go, hey, I know you guys want to get me the ball, but look, Vela was open here or whoever. You're absolutely right. Nitpicking, but yes.
Nitpicking.
Yeah, everyone's nitpicking here. Rob, like you said, Ilya, just not his standard. Of course, that's fine. It's fine, but
Right.
still.
Thank you, Alan, in the chat,
3
by the way.
points against
Thank
a
you.
top rival, the champions of CONCACAF, and now you are 7 points ahead of Austin. You are 19 points ahead of Seattle.
19 points. Oh,
Do we hand the
19
supporter shield?
points.
No, you have to take the supporter
19
shield. You
points
gotta
up.
win it. You don't get handed to you.
yeah.
Philly, you're looking kind of glum over there.
I mean, the only reason I'm looking kind of glum is because I was going to hope that you guys were going to skip over me because when it comes to stock down, you guys alluded to a couple of nitpicky things. We got to give a shout out to, I think it was Alan in the chat that mentioned Scarf's latest down. You thought Brett the Hitman Hart was the essence of excellence? No, my man Scarf here is the essence of excellence.
take
But
it.
when it really boils down to it, I don't have any stock down. Guys, we are the best in the West and the best in MLS. We're not going to have a negative conversation when we've done a lot of tremendous things and we took down arguably our biggest rivals outside of the Carson fallacy. We are the team to beat right now. I don't have a stock down.
The name of the segment, Stock Down. You've got to come up with a stock down. I'm sorry, that's not good enough.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Max Bretos worked for, what was it, WWF at the time?
No, it was WWE.
It was WWE for about 8 months. You should have got this guy as your writer, man. He's killing
Let me
it.
tell you something, Mean Gene. Philomania's running wild.
I was
maybe
the
you would've
shortest
worked there for more than
tenured
8 months.
employee in WWE history.
Yeah, well, maybe if you had Philly on your side,
Yes.
you might have.
I love that
It was
stuff.
a very
My
macabre
dream-
time to work there. There was a few
I'll
deaths.
give-
It was bad.
I'll give one other stock down if we can. I think with Carlos Vela cramping the way we did, stock down us seeing Carlos Vela against Club America in just a couple of days.
Oh, yeah. He
I
does
don't
not
think
need to
Carlos
play that
Vela
game.
sees the pitch at all in that match.
Fine with me.
Yeah. Oh, no, 100%.
It's a training session
That's
anyways.
an
Haven't
Haven't
excellent.
they said they've sold like 60,000 seats already for that
Yeah.
doubleheader? It's
Yep.
incredible.
No, it's going to be an incredible spectacle, but there's no points.
But we're going to see a lot of Christian
No.
Torres and Tony Leone and Eric Duenas and
I will
Yeah.
bring my boots.
You're in.
SoFi, let's go.
You're
in,
in.
Max. Let's go.
By the way, Club America, how many games have they played in the last 2 weeks?
yeah,
And they've played
They
everybody.
played everywhere.
They
Yeah.
play like it's not.
I'm not sure if you know this,
Well,
Max, but Club America likes a little bit of
Yeah,
the cash.
I understand.
Dollar bill.
They made a lot.
Okay, let's move on. We do another segment. In pregame, the four of us gave a little bit of a team talk. We called shooting your shot. And now we're going to say, was your shot on target? I will start with mine because mine was basically get off to a hot start. And that's what we've been talking about
Yeah.
for pretty much this entire show is how LAFC came out on fire. They even scored on themselves just for fun, just to show that they can come back and add to that ability. By the way, they're top 5 in winning points from losing positions. So they just
Right.
want to pad that a little bit, maybe
Right.
get up to the top 3. So I would say that my shot was very much
Even though they trailed, that was a great start. You
Yes.
can't deny that.
No, it really
they
was.
were
And
irresistible.
I think back to your stock down, we don't want to create mistakes that end up hurting us. And that's been what they've been so good at this year.
Yeah.
Luckily, turned it back around, but we don't want to get in the habit of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, do you remember your shot? And were you on target?
I mean, I had several shots in between my shot and the shot I'm about to
What are we
talk
talking?
about. I mean,
Jim Beam?
No, that was the JMO. We kind of alluded to
Ah,
that earlier.
got it.
I mean, when I really, what I mentioned was the fact that we didn't want to fall prey to the Seattle mystique. But looking at our roster, when it really boils down to the Seattle mystique, we only have 2 players that were part of our inaugural season in 2018 that started on the pitch today. One, Carlos Vela, and one, Latif Blessing. And Latif Blessing almost snuck one past Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
But when it boils down to it, this young crop of players that have, what are you laughing at here?
I'm just asking Rob. He says, "How long is the show going on? Should I get another beer?"
I mean,
Rob, if you're in the building, get down here
the
now.
answer to that is always going to be a yes. They did
We
not
will go for as long as these people want us to hang out
That's
with them.
right.
That's the rule.
LAFC did not fall prey to the physical presence that Seattle bestowed upon them. Yes, they did go down early on. Yes, last season's team might have felt emotionally crippled by the fact that there was an own goal scored and that Seattle would have gone up. But this year's team is far more superior mentally and physically than last season's team. So an own goal, another goal. Hell, Seattle could have scored 2 goals. It wouldn't have mattered because this team has the intestinal fortitude, the skill, the talent, the willpower, and the teamwork to have come back despite a 2-0 deficit, even though they didn't have to be in that situation. So the Seattle mystique that I might have alluded to earlier on, it does not exist anymore. LAFC secured a point in Lumen Field, which they haven't done since 2018, and they beat the flipping Sounders. We silenced them at Banc of California Stadium today. Big statement win.
Intestinal fortitude, one of my least
Intestinal
favorite old school
fortitude.
sayings about someone not, yeah. Okay, Max Bretos.
I said, make sure that you don't leave too much space behind you and you cover it with the wide
I
players.
think Giorgio Chiellini took care of that
Giorgio
pretty well.
Chiellini was a maestro, and Madronda came out, didn't see him. He was one of those players
he even
that could have
playing?
got. He
Right.
was shut down. Jordan Barnes never really got going, never became that second forward up. So I think they
Ladero
checked
had a
that
little
off the mark.
flourish.
He did.
0 shots on target.
Yep.
They did a great job, and I give Chiellini a lot of credit because he organized that back line. And by the way, Giorgio Chiellini at the end of the game, and I put on my Twitter account because I filmed it, high-fiving everyone, embracing everyone.
The nicest man.
Yeah.
But just so happy about the achievement.
Mm-hmm.
So, Giorgio Chiellini,
Yeah, I
It's
forget.
your day.
Someone went down in the box and he like gave him a little hug from Seattle, like patted him on the head. That he is a mood. Giorgio Chiellini is a mood. That's
Vibes.
absolutely
Vibes, baby.
right.
I want to say that to him. He'll be like, what are vibes?
No, yeah, look, my shot was valuing possession, right? Quality over quantity. First half, 100%. We did it every time we needed to. Second half, it's where we could have valued the ball a little bit more, been a little bit more clinical, a little bit safer with our passes, I'll say too. When you're up 2-1, make the play in front of you. Stop trying to make the home run, even if it's Gareth Bale on the other end. So I think we have a little bit of a ways to go there, but we valued the ball so well in the first half. And again, we've all said it, 0 shots on target. We got to be doing something right with the ball at that point.
That's impressive.
Incredible. Did we hit the over on 6.5 saves?
6.
Yes.
It was
Vegas.
6
we
even.
didn't.
No, was it?
Vegas.
Yeah,
No,
it was
6.5.
only 6.
So under.
The house
Yeah.
always wins, baby. Okay, we're
Max with the win.
starting to wrap it up here, guys, sadly.
So,
So we're going
I
to
hope
go
you
into
got your
our
beer.
final
Wrap
segment.
what up? We're about to party into the night. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
We got to get out of here because we got a bunch of people we got to hang out with. This is Let Me Sleep on It. It's our chance to think about something that we might talk on Monday at LAFC 360 at 1 p.m. right back here on 110 Football's YouTube channel. So what are you... Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
Doing your job for him.
Like and subscribe. Like this video. Do it all. Come on, guys. It's YouTube. I don't have to tell you how it works. But let me sleep on it. What's something you're going to be thinking about and we'll probably all talk about on Monday?
I'll tell you what I'm going to be thinking about, actually. I'm looking ahead to that match at SoFi Stadium, and I want to see guys who don't normally get to suit up for the black and gold get some serious burn. I want to see the original 3 signings from our homegrowns, from our academy. I want to see Christian Torres. I want to see Eric Duenas. And for the first time in a long time, I want to see Tony Leone. These kids have been doing great things for El Tree's under 20 national team. And I think it's time to give the young kids a chance, especially in a match like this. Let's play the guys that we don't normally get to see, starting with those young kids. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Max?
You mentioned it, how they've used basically the same starting 11 over the last few weeks. Maybe a little rotation for the Salt Lake game. See what you got because you have that depth. You got to use that to your benefit. You got to keep everyone happy. So everyone's happy right now. The results are coming in, and they're using the subs, so people are getting the minutes. But I think this is a good time to see if there's some people that'll put their hand up. Salt Lake, and then Charlotte here, and then it's the DC United game here as well. So it's a good stretch where you can take this Western Conference MLS standings by the scruff of the neck. Use your roster.
I don't sleep much. I consider myself an insomniac. Before I pass the mic over, though, I want to give the fans back here, the millions, an opportunity to chat real quick.
First off, happy belated birthday to Kellen Acosta
Yeah, happy birthday.
There we go.
from your Untold Stories.
Thoughtful group of fans.
Yes.
Supporters.
And, hopefully we get to see Mamadou fall against America.
Yeah, there you go.
Fair.
Fall was
Fair
playing
point.
Great.
Would love that.
Yep. He's a talented player. He needs to play. He's 19 years old, if you can believe it. And I will say it here, and I've said it other places, he will be probably the biggest transfer out of MLS all time.
Wow. I know.
19-year-old center back with
I
the
love
skills that he has.
I love
incredible.
it. It's hard because we haven't seen him in.
Well, when you've got Giorgio Chiellini,
Right.
and you've got
Right.
Jesus Mario, and you've got Eddie Segura, I
Oh.
can keep going if you'd like me
at
to.
Sebastian Ibeaga,
Yes.
and I mean we have an embarrassment of riches on the back line.
Yes.
Anybody else want to chime in real quick? Oh.
Before I pass it up, hopefully we see Jay McDaddy.
Jay McDaddy.
Daddy.
Oh, we will absolutely see J Mac.
Wait, we will not see him until he buys Giorgio Chiellini a new suit.
Got himself in a little trouble there.
Yeah, a little bit. We might have egged him on a little bit there to get it.
X, this season has been so epic. You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
A big shout out to Ryan Hollingshead, whose wife had a baby this week.
That's right.
And here he was on the field today.
Look at this.
We have like a full-on research
Yeah.
department
Right.
back here.
Here's my little Ryan Hollingshead research. I saw him recently, didn't have the mustache. I said, is there any rhyme or reason this mustache? He said, absolutely not. One day I wake up, I decide to have one, then I don't, then I don't know. So
He looked mustachioed today.
that's the type of in-depth knowledge and insider knowledge you come to Vince LaRosa for when it comes to
Solid.
this team. Do you have a sleep on it? No?
I mentioned my man. We're doing so well. I'm an insomniac right now. No sleep till MLS Cup. That's what I'm going to stick with.
I'll say mine is along the lines of Max Bretos. There's now a couple positional areas where Steve Trundle really has to make decisions, and I think it's at center back and those front three. I don't know what the best combination is, and I don't know if you need to know right now.
We haven't mentioned Murillo's name, but he's been unshakable. He's always in that 11.
Should have been an all-star.
Should have been an all-star, and when Community comes out, you wonder when he's going to get a rest, or will he get a rest? He's been great.
Right.
Most improved player, maybe.
All right, guys. The crowd here today was fantastic, both inside during the game and the people behind us, so shout out to them. But we're about to get out of here. Let's take a look at what we've got coming up. Like I said, Monday, LAFC 360, 1 p.m. We'll do a deeper dive into this match, and I believe the Defenders will be there with me.
Yes,
I love
we will.
those guys.
Yes, of course. And then followed up with that is Angels Wear Boots at 4 p.m. You might be coming back here if you're watching us tomorrow because Angel City will be playing. Big weekend, as we said at the bank.
Huge
so
game.
a lot to talk about on Monday. LAFC 360, 1 p.m. Angels Wear Boots, 4 p.m. Right back here on 110 Football's YouTube. So like this video, make sure you subscribe. Never miss a moment. Any last words?
Normally I say hi to my mom, but hi Vince's mom, because she was in the chat today.
Hi, Linda.
There
Hi,
you go.
Hi, Linda.
Still on track to take the best record single season ahead of New England.
That's right.
Maybe we'll talk about that. LFC 360. We'll see you guys on Monday.
Bye-bye.